Let's see if everything's running here. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's see how that goes. Let's see, so we still need to get the thruster assemblies set up. Well, I'm gonna get them framed in. I need to put solar panels on and maybe talk about going ahead and extending this area back for the farms. Also wanted to check out, see if it's in here. So it's not in there. There it is, Life Tech. So what do we have? We have an algae farm, biolay lab, hydrogen farm, oxygen farm. That's kind of interesting. Water filter. And a composter. Drains all algae and composts it, huh? That could be interesting little device. Let's see how. Head in here really quick. And I'm wondering, so this is producing organic. So does it, oh it does, it takes your food. Oh, that's interesting. Not necessarily in a good way. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I actually had things set up a little bit this time, so it was, cancel that. Fairly quick turnover on that aspect, so. But happy Monday. Hope you had a fantastic holiday. Well, it's good to be seen. It's always good to see everybody dropping in. Alright, so I'm thinking we need to set up a little bit of an algae farm here. Okay, so for the folks who are joining us, we have the Eat, Sleep, Drink, Repeat mod installed. And then we just installed the Life Tech Algae Tech stuff. And then that gives us a bunch of blocks. One of them creates oxygen, one of them creates hydrogen. We get a water filter that separates ice and algae from the lake water here. There's a bio laboratory that studies samples of bioorganisms. Basically, it's supposed to take, I think, the different types of algae and converts them into specific algae types, because you need, I think it's you need different versions of the algae in order to do like the oxygen farm, hydrogen farm, and then the algae farm. Basically, it operates as a fuel source for it. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that whole thing works. We literally just loaded that maybe about 10 minutes ago. So we need to set it up. And I'm thinking, because we're going to need we need some parts and stuff anyway, but I'm thinking that we may run that over here so that it's basically in this area. How many blocks is that? That's 6 blocks. So if we do a space that's, I don't know. Let's see, that's going to be a composter. So if we do a 3x3 space on the interior, that should give us enough. Now, let's drop some of this stuff out of here, and you are each of these individual blocks? Like there's nothing on... Oh, look at you. Alright, well... Okay. What is that, 3 blocks tall? Yeah, that thing's 3 blocks tall. Holy crap. That thing's massive. Okay. Yeah, 3 blocks. Wow, okay. So, no, we're not going to put that next to the... next to the landing pad. That would be bad. Maybe we can bring it out the front here then? But I'm not sure how I want to do that. Because we actually do have conveyors into the floor here, so I could run it out under the ice on this side. And then we end up with it over here. Okay, so, and it looks like most of them require conveyors in the floor, which is fine. That's actually not a huge issue. So let's go light block, light block, light block. We're going to say... can I get... Well, I know I don't have any... steel plates. I need to get some plates. I've been making a bunch of them, trying to get the landing area welded up here. I did reposition Bob's build area so that we have it a little bit more coverage. Really? Okay, how much iron do I have left? I've got 5k iron left. So I should be able, industrial somewhere. Do that. We're gonna steal, I don't know, like 50 plates or so. We have to fight Bob because he's trying to steal them for the the landing area. Okay, that should work. What we're gonna do is I can't run it there, but I can run it under. So what we'll do is say there. 1, 2, 3, and we've got one place in between, and so you would go there. And we'll probably relocate this. And so since we're doing a 3x3 interior, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And I think we will have you guys. Man, these blocks are just so bloody big. Okay. Let's see how big the other guys are here. I think everything else is 1 block, right? Hey, look, a wolf has found me. Okay, so that's a composter. Ugh, you're 2 block. And you're a small grid hydrogen farm. Man, this thing would be awesome on a ship. Alright, so that's a nice model, actually. No connections on that, so that's cool. So that's the Algae Farm, small block, Algae Farm, large block. Okay. Hey Howard, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Or Tuesday if you're in such a time zone. Okay, so yeah, like I said, it looks like most of these have a bottom connector on them. Oh, you've got a side connector. Okay, so I could run you on either way. And the fact that you are... So you're 2 blocks, everything else is 1 block, right? And then this is 3 blocks tall for that one. That beast is massive. Okay. You are number 9. Okay, so are you the small? Yeah, that's the small grid version of the oxygen farm. And that's the large grid version. Now, there's one on the end, one on the edge. Alright, so... Is there one on the top too? Yeah, so there's one on the top and on the side. Okay. Goofball. And yeah, that's close enough. Bob's prop. Yeah, Bob got him. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna need to figure out what we're doing here. Alright, so if we do... So let's grab you guys out of here. Actually, let's go all blocks really quick. Clear that out. Grab that and that. Grab our conveyors. There we go. So what I'm thinking is that we'll do 3 conveyors here, 3 conveyors here. We won't do the oxygen and hydrogen farms. So that drops us down. So if we're not going to use these 2, we only need the algae farm, the composter, water filter, and biolab. Alright, that makes it a little bit easier then. Okay. Alright, so if we go... I need to mine some ice anyway. Come on. Yeah. It's probably going to be faster just to do it this way. There we go. Alright, how far down are we? That should be pretty good. Head this way. Oh, hello. Try and keep us out of the walkway here. Gets us well inside, I think. Yeah. Let's see. So let's go on that way. That takes us into that area. Okay, there should be a conveyor connection in there. There's a conveyor there. Oh, you know what? I think I may have actually put a wall block in there. So if we take...
Inventory full.
Yep, there it is.
Inventory full.
Light armor block. Alright. Hold that up. Okay. Alright, so now we'll be able to run conveyors from there over into here. Let's take you guys this way. In the worst case scenario, we'll run walkways at the ice level to hide them. Like if we drill out too much in here, I can always put a walkway under it. All right. The new DLC, yeah, that combat revamp. That's something we've all been waiting for quite a few years at this point. Looks pretty good. I'm really excited about the railgun, that spinal mount thing. That's going to be brutal. It'll be interesting to see how they're running the time to kill factors. I mean, it's not such an issue for PvE, but for PvP balancing, I think it's going to be interesting. And for the folks who don't like PvP, you know. The PvE aspects of it will be good. Also means that things like pirates and stuff will be using those weapons too. Which means, you know, we'll actually have some real risk in Space Engineers as far as combat's concerned. Other than, you know, first person in range wins. I mean, there's all sorts of strategies that you can come up with using decoys and, you know, drones and stuff to pull aggro, but ultimately, if you've got more weapons that come into range faster, at least in vanilla, you basically win. So, like I said, not a bad thing. It's just not necessarily what a lot of people are looking for when it comes to the combat aspect of Space Engineers. But also, by that same token, I think enough people have played Space Engineers. It's been around long enough that it'll be good just for a change. You know. Did that? We'll drop off our organic. Oh, different organic, huh? Oh no, okay, there it goes. Oh, drop that off so it can be refined. Okay. Oh. Ooh, lake ice is now... Is that actually tracked differently? Ice. Okay, so it'll still consume lake ice for oxygen generation. That's good. I wonder what the difference between lake ice and regular ice is. I wonder if this is... Well, I mean, obviously this is the legacy from prior to installing that mod. But I'm wondering if asteroid ice is just ice and then lake ice is a new resource type as per planet. Will you guys use it? Can I combine it? No, it is a separate resource. Okay. Oh, I guess it's good that it is using it. Okay. Turn off our lamp so we save a little bit of energy. We're gonna go... Did I not pull interior plates? Oh, son of a... All that time I came over here looking for... I was like, yeah, I'll just grab some plates. Didn't mean to grab that many of them. Get back here. Alright, let's drop those off. I only want that many. Okay. Oh. So what aspects of the mod or the DLC are you looking forward to, Stacks? Like I said, I think I'm just excited about the idea of having, you know, real combat systems in the game. Conveyor to straight. You are straight. Okay. Okay, and then there you go. You're going to go there and conveyor junction there. Okay. And then we'll let Bob weld that stuff up. There you go. Okay. And that means I'm going to have to do a crap ton of mining to get some iron. Actually, I need to get some ice and stuff too anyway, so I'll probably do that here shortly. Are you... Okay, so you're loading everything up. Looks like everything between the two buildings is patched in. Give Bob an assist here. He's running parts for us, so, you know, that's always a good thing. Yeah, the new cockpits, awesome. Yeah, the windows. I mean, they're they're going really all in on the mod, so, or on the DLC. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'm more than kind of happy about that. And from what I hear, very little of it. Well, I don't want to say too much on that. Let me see here. What can I say? It looks like people won't be quite as unhappy with things that have happened on previous DLCs as they have been with this one. So, we'll see. I am completely out of iron. Okay, which means I need to go grab some iron then. Let's go mine a little bit of iron. Actually, you know what? I could take my salvage ship over and we go work on that thing. Let's do that. Let's go take the salvage ship over. We'll park it over there. Actually, how much hydrogen do I have? I have a tank and a half, so I have more than enough hydrogen to get around. I'm not too worried about them. Okay, so let's turn those on, switch that over. And there we go. This little salvage ship is the size of the cockpit space of the new ship. That's just so wrong on so many levels. But yeah, so over the last couple of DLC packs, Keen has been very conscious of the outcries from the community based on, you know, what's available in the DLC versus what's available as part of the patch. So hopefully they will keep that in mind and continue to be making progress on that balance. We'll see how it goes though. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Bob to salvage some stuff over here. What I think I'm going to do, can I get to it if I'm on the ground is the question. I don't know if it's outside of his salvage range or not. Okay, it looks like he's actually got some good range on him. So what we'll do is let's park the ship here. Oh, we're not going to be able to. Okay. Yeah, he's just out of range. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll come over this way then. And we'll let Bob start tearing stuff down. And he's got plenty of power for now. Are the reactors on? Let me check and make sure. Yes, the reactors are on, so he should be okay for a bit. So we'll leave him over here to take stuff apart. Oh, it's getting choppy. There we go. And we'll head back to the base. And go do some work over here while we're waiting for Bob to fill up his... It's always good when Bob fills up his inventory for us there. All right. So we'll have him come back and be able to provide some materials for us. And while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and grab... Yeah, so been doing a little bit of ice mining in here. Just a little bit. Let's go down here. We're gonna grab... see if this is still within... Yep, okay, it is within Bob's range. I haven't actually been down here to do any mining since I repositioned Bob's build area. So I wasn't quite sure if he was going to be able to grab it or not. Now, I'm not planning on getting too much down here, mining purposes. But, like I said, it's more just I want Bob to pick some stuff up for us, get some iron processing. There we go. Get that out of there. Okay. Oh no, that should be like 40 or 50k iron, or maybe more. The problem with coming down and doing a little bit of mining from time to time. Okay. We'll drop. Actually, let's do this. Okay, you. Out of there. Yeah, that was what? All told, probably like 40k or so. But yeah, I agree. I do think it's going in the right direction. Keen has had obviously some bad press early on, but it's nice to see that they've listened to the community and they have adjusted accordingly. And then unlike some games where they I don't want to say capitulate, but they give a little too far into community. I think Keen's been really good about keeping that balance for the most part. I mean, there's still things that I still even I will give them crap for. So let's see. We want small cargo. Thank you. And move all this over. Okay, so I know we have enough to finish that stuff. I need to come over here and grab some plates. Ah, crap. And again, we're only going to grab like maybe 100 plates or so. We'll let Bob use the rest of it. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to build a little algae farm area. That should actually be enough plates, honestly. Yeah, there you go. Which means I'm also going to have to reposition our turrets again, which is fun. Okay, so we want the biolab with the algae farm, water filter. Okay, it would help if I would stop doing stupid stuff. Okay, so let's go this way. So we want to be able to see the details of some of these blocks. We'll put the biolab in here, maybe? Yeah, so let's put the biolab in there. We'll take a look at what we need for some of this stuff as well. Are you serious? Alright. So if we do that, I guess we could drop that in here. Let's drop you there, I guess. You need steel tubes. Alright. We need a... Can I actually... Oh. That's interesting. Okay. Production, we want you to go into the industrial assembler, and we want... I don't know. Do 30 large steel tubes just because we can. Those will get built out quickly. Not too worried about it. Okay, so... There we go. Hey, water system's online. I have a feeling... Oh, look at you. Okay, so we can actually get into the inventory system here. Let's see here. Water filter. Let's go... Do we have any lake ice? We do. Alright, so can we move that over here? Let's drop... I don't know. We'll drop 5k in there just because. Oh, we get a little bit of algae out of that. Alright. So the algae farm, I'm guessing, is going to take this algae and turn it into other stuff? Maybe? Or is that something I have to do here? So you take samples, synthesizing algae, researching algae. All right, well, let's see what it does. Apparently nothing. Oh, I guess it would help if I pulled some ice out, huh? Alright. So let's grab some ice. Let's go... Oh, no. Cancel that. We want... Grab 100 ice. Let's see if we can find some lake ice. We'll grab 100 of that. We'll see if which it's using, and then grab 5 of that. Okay. So if we come over here, we drop this off, drop that off. Oh, you won't take regular ice or lake ice, huh? All right. Oh, it needs organic, and it'll create the algae. All right. So we have a giant stack of organic there. Let's grab 10 of that. And that takes a little while. Alright, so... Oh, and we can actually use this to create alien lake ice. That's using gravel. So with that we can actually make the hydrogen-based algae. Interesting. Okay. So do you use regular algae then? No. Okay, so you use a sample of algae, which we're building. Algae container. Okay, so how does this all work? So we'll build that. Okay, so that builds. There's. See, this is why you always read before you bring new mods in. Alright. Alright, so that gives us that. If we come over here, we drop that in there. So we have the sample of algae. Ah, so that'll give us 50 algae for it, huh? So I need organic and ice. Apparently I need a lot of organic for this. Oh. Give me 50 organic. And then will you take lake ice? No, you only take actual ice, huh? Okay, good to know. Will you guys take lake ice? No. Okay, and let's see what this does. Turned on, right? Yeah, it's got the power. It's... Alright, so we'll see how this all works out. Hey Zorn, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody has had a fantastic holiday season thus far. Getting ready for the new year. All good stuff, right? Okay, we want... You are the water filter. We want to go back into Life Tech with the composter. Now this thing, what I do know is that the composter will pull all of the algae out of your system. So what you want to do is, before it gets built, like when you first place it, turn off the use conveyor. So let me do that really quick. We go in here. Composter. You do not want it using the conveyor system unless you want it draining your system. And then just to make sure, conveyor is off. Okay. And so what this will do is it'll actually pull the algae and turn it into organics, I believe. And since we're really only using, you know, basically this thing to create create compost for us, well, it's... Are you still running? You are. Okay. Man, that is slow. Okay, so I can see where you would need like 3 or 4 of these things to do this in any reasonable amount of time. Trevenus, how you doing? Welcome from... Hello from the UK. Well, welcome from the US. Hope you're having a fantastic holiday, man. Let's see here. Do we have any place I can drop lake ice? Who's using the lake ice? Oh, yeah, okay, well... Wait. Oh, because I turned the conveyor seals off. That's why. Okay. Let's try this again. We'll drop this down here. Alright, so from the water filter we take the algae, create samples, throw the samples in here, and then this thing produces algae cultures. The algae cultures we then, I believe, throw in there. Let me see here. Let's try this. Oh, we're waiting. That's right, we're still waiting for it to produce something. Okay. But it is actually tied together now. So I'm thinking... do we want to keep the theme that we've had everywhere else so far? There you go. Basically, block, block, and block. And we'll do the same on this side. Line up with a block here, and a block here. Oh, no, I'm out of steel plates. Oh, the horror. Okay, how much iron do I have now? Got 14K in the container. Alright, so we have, let's go over here for our industrial, whoop. Industrial radio. Come on, I only need like maybe 40. So for the folks who are just joining us, we were talking about the new DLC from Keen for Space Engineers coming out here in the near future. So if you have any input or comments, definitely let us know, because it's one of those, I think it's going to be good, honestly. Like I was saying earlier, Keen has really been stepping up their game as far as the way that they're handling a lot of things related to DLC and new content via patch. I need girders. Okay. Grab some girders. So I think that based off of the way they've been handling things, I think it should be pretty good when it's all said and done. Do that, and then which direction did I? Okay. And then on the back side, I don't know if I'm going to do windows on the back side or not. What I may do is, instead of those, I may do this. Instead of having windows back there. I guess I could put a window here. And that way you can see in and out of the place. So, and then we did half plates across the top. Right. So you go like so, and like so. And then we got a little biolab. Who's a cute little biolab? Yes, you are. Alright, and then I'm thinking I may just do plate like so. And then for you guys, we'll do something like that. And then flip you guys like that. And then this means let's go. Actually, you're still tied in via that one, I think. I'm not sure. Just to be safe. And then over here, we'll get that out. We will do those. And then from here, went the wrong way on the rotation. There. There. There we go. And now we have a little biolab. And Bob will eventually catch up to us, get the windows in, and we'll be able to seal this place up. And what I'll probably do is put an air vent somewhere in here. I might actually take this out and put a conveyor air vent in here. In fact, while we're here and we're thinking about it, may as well go ahead and do it. Oh, there it is. Sure. Let's see if Bob get all this welded. Okay, so looks like if we close that, are we airtight? No, we're missing something. What are we missing? No, you're all good. Okay, something's missing. What are we missing? Oh. Should be airtight. Did we break the airtight system again? We may have broken the airtight system again. I hate when that happens. Oh, you know why? It's because of this. I'm betting you are not an airtight block. Which means we're gonna have to do a little fixing. Which is fine. This is actually easy to do. It's not a huge issue here. And that should, if we have the plates for it, that should fix the problem. How many plates do I have left? I have enough to get this beast welded up. I just want to make sure that that block right there gets welded. And there it is. Okay. So now we have an algae farm. Alright. I could probably change a little bit of stuff up in here to make a little bit more headroom, but you know what? That's okay. It works. That's all that matters. Okay. Oh, before I forget. I think our first batch of algae is actually done. It is. Alright, so let's go into production. We're going to tell you to go ahead and do 2 more of those. And then if we drop this over into the composter, I want to see how much organic we get out of 50 samples. Actually going pretty good. That's a pretty good return on the organics. That's a really good return on the organics. Hey Sanguine, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a while. Welcome to the stream and happy holidays. That's a rather impressive return on the organics. Okay, so that means for the ship to be long-term viable, we're going to need at least these 4 blocks. Oh, yeesh. Because we need this thing to create the seed that goes into here. This thing takes that seed, produces material that goes into there, and that material goes into the grid for production purposes. In order to get the stuff that goes in here, though, we have to have this in place. So yeah. So using these to make organics like at scale, that's pretty good. That is a pretty good return on the organics too. I'm wondering if that means we're basically getting one complete organic per complete sample. Why do you not let me? Because I didn't do this. Conveyor block. Hey, Bob. Come on. There you go. Now we should be able to do it. There we go. Aha. So for 50 samples, we got 45 organics. To get that 50 samples, how much organic did we have to burn? So yeah, that's a pretty good multiplier. It's a little bit over, what, 12 to 1? Almost 13 to 1 return. That's a really good efficiency. All right. Oh, nice. The RX 480. Very cool. 250 hours in Nessie the last week. Wow. That's a crazy amount of time there, buddy. Right. So let's go ahead. Turn that off. We're gonna wander ourselves over to the new ship that we're talking about here. And so the reason why all of this is important is because we're talking about building an expansion area on the back of the ship here. We're going to take this out, put 2 doors in to do a minor airlock, and we'll have it come back, and that's going to be our food production area. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff in here. Basically, all the stuff that we've built in here, some of the stuff we built in there will all be duplicated over there. Long term. Short term, it's going to be running off the base. Oh. Alright, so let's go grab our salvage ship. Go see how the cargo is doing. Alright. And for the folks who are joining us, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are having a fantastic holiday so far, and a nice quiet Monday or Tuesday, depending on where you are in the greater scheme of things. Oh, it's so chunky over here from everything burning. Tastes like fire. All right. Oh, let's see. Hey, we still have a cargo container that's empty. All right. All right, let's park you like over here somewhere. We'll put the giant wall of burning behind us. Since the 9th. Wow, that's pretty good. Oh, right on. 9 minutes till Tuesday, huh? Then let me be the first to wish you a happy Tuesday. All right. So you are... We'll bring you down a wee bit. Let Bob just have a field day over here. There's a couple of cargo containers in there that I'm waiting for him to get a hold of, so... And we're going to get away from the rendering issue that is all of that fire and particle effect. Oh. Very cool. Looking forward to it, man. All right. And for those who are wondering what he's talking about, we do have a community Discord set up. Unfortunately, I don't hang out there as much as I should. But there are channels over there specifically for space engineers conversations. So if you have builds or things that you're doing in space engineers, just looking for people to join you, should be. Actually, there's not a link in the description for the live streams. I need to put that in there. Whoopsie! I know I'm bad at this YouTube thing, right? Oh, let's come in here. We're gonna grab a little something here. Let's see how. Soup is the end-all, be-all. Once you get to the point where you're making soup, it handles your food and water. It'll give you 100 of each. In order to make that stuff, though, you need to be basically producing everything else. I'll show you here really quick. So you have to have ice, meat, cabbage, pumpkin, soybeans, and herbs. Basically all of the food items that you can make. In order to make the things like bread and stuff, you need to have wheat, and it's crazy how fast everything adds up. Okay, so that gets us one task down. We've got our bio farm in. We've got our actual farm in. Or I should say our bio production. Our farm, our assembler, we have our small landing area. We have our bigger landing area that's being slowly welded up by Bob. I've actually got a pretty good jump on this. And then we have the ship. I should turn Bob off for a second and do a quick just calculation build. So that's going to be 1, 2. We're going to need 4, 8, 12. Because we've got 4 blocks from the bio lab that we need. Come here. The algae farm. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So 10 blocks. So we can do 2 by 5. Actually do 2 by 4 and then have the tree probably in the middle. And it'll go down 1 block because that's 2 blocks tall. Alright, so let's turn Bob off for a second. Because he's not doing anything except adding lag right now. And this one's off already. Okay. Alright, so what we're talking about here is there will be a doorway where that window is. There will be another door there. This will be the first. Actually, we might need to do passageway. So do door, passageway, door, so we can get this airtight. You're going to be probably window spaces. How do we want to do this? Because what we're going to end up with is this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's probably going to be a set of stairs here going down. And then we'll have the tree here. Or we could have this whole thing come down 1. No, I don't want it to come down 1. I just want that. Just that one area to come down should be good. For which mod? I've got a couple of them in here. I've got the Eat, Sleep, Drink, and Repeat mod, which is the one that adds in the sleep, food, and water statuses to your system. Then there is the Plant and Grow mod, which adds the farmable stuff. And now we've added the Algae Mod. It's Life Tech, Algae Tech, which allows us to basically take a small amount of organics and multiply it. So, sure, Hale, go ahead and post it in there. So, Eat, Sleep, and Drink adds particularly the emergency ration production unit. And then the Plant and Grow mod adds the farming tab, which adds all of these planters. And then it also adds in a custom kitchen. You can use either this or the default vanilla kitchen. It replaces the vanilla kitchen as well and makes it a production block. And then each of these, as long as you put in your mod list, when you're building your mod list, Plant and Grow has to be in the mod list before Eat, Sleep, Drink mod is, and that will allow you to have all of this stuff, and then also get the unknown signals, as well as vendors will have a chance of containing food items, specifically like the what you use for seed material. You basically have to either loot, buy, or find the different types of seeds like apples, soybeans, wheat, etc. And you use those to basically create more of them. You also have to have organics, which you then get from any of the greenish surface tiles, any of the temperate and tundra tile. I should say the temperate meadows tiles. When you're mining, it'll give you an organic resource that you use. So, but yeah, I think that's most of it on the. Yeah, Twitch chat has some benefits that YouTube doesn't, but if I stream on Twitch, because I'm on the affiliate program over there, so if I do a Twitch stream, I can only put the content out on Twitch until like 24 hours, and then I can release it on YouTube. If I stream on YouTube, I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so you're going to be blocks. So you'll be a conveyor block. You'll be a conveyor block. And then you are going to also be a conveyor block, but we're going to do pipe. Get you out of there. Alright, so if we go like so, we just run this down the spine. We're actually going to put in a conveyor block and not a pipe. And then for now, we're just gonna kind of tag this in. Okay. And then this is going to basically, so this is not going to be the blocks we're using for these. This is just placeholder stuff, basically getting an idea of what the design should look like, or may look like, when everything is said and done. Okay, so I need a couple of plates. See how much iron we have left in the network. Probably not much. I think we've been burning it as fast as we can make it. Got a little bit. Bob is turned off right now, so let's go ahead and add a bunch of plates. Okay. That's good. Shouldn't need more than that. Alright, so that's going to end up with About there. How's that looking for overall ship size? That's actually going to work really well, I think. Definitely puts the ship back into a more proper scale. Okay. So you'll come out here. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking we'll probably put the algae stuff on one side, and we'll put the farming stuff on the other. Like I said, we'll have our apple tree here. That's going to be a block. That's going to be a conveyor. So you're basically going to have conveyors like this. Conveyor, conveyor, conveyor. Lots of conveyors everywhere. Alright. Okay, there we go. And so you'll come down here. And may put in... Do I want to put a conveyor vent in here? I think putting a conveyor vent in wouldn't be a bad idea. So if we did that here... So if we do conveyor vent there, and let's say T-pipe, that gives us an area that we can put another connector in if we need to. And then you guys are going to be... We're going to do this. We're going to run these back this way. And then what we'll do is we'll have a pipe coming off of each of them. So we'll do something like that. Just to give it a little bit of more of an industrial look, right? And I mean, it's never a bad thing to have a little bit of redundancy in there just in case. So, alright. And then eventually this will come out. Like I said, we'll have a door, we'll do a hallway with another door that'll keep this whole thing airtight. Come in. And we'll have production, apple, and I don't know how do I want to do that. I'm almost tempted to just go ahead and drop something like this in here. And then that gives us the ability to walk down, find whatever we need if we really need to get anything. That's all piped in. Yeah, I think that should work. I think that should work nicely, actually. This does mean that because we have the four-way T there, we're not going to be able to put stairs in. This will stay a ramp. I mean, we could even go 2 by 1 if we really wanted to at that point. So if we went something like this. Basically the old school stairs ramps, right? You want to see the pipes welded? I don't think I have the plates for it. Actually, it's interior plates. Yeah, we'll turn Bob on. Let's see if Bob will weld it up for us. We want control. Come here, Bob. And while Bob's doing that, how much hydrogen do I have on me? I don't have enough. Let's go over here really quick. Do I have any ice left in the... Oh, no, I don't. Okay, so let's go. Actually, do that. Grab those out. Drop this stuff over here. Drop this stuff over there. We'll just go ahead and let Bob use all of those parts. We'll go see how our little salvage craft is going, and then we'll come back and take a look and see what it looks like fully well, hopefully mostly welded up, if not fully welded up. Now, like I said, the blocks on the back section, those square blocks, we're probably going to have to swap out. It's not necessarily the design that I was intending right now, so. And why is my I guess it's not a bad thing having to shield up. Okay, so our cockpit is mostly full. Looks like our cargo containers are mostly full, not completely full yet. And build and repair is mostly full too. Let's come back here, see if we can clean up some of the processor issue with everything that's burning. Oh, big chunk of ice. All right.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
All right. So we'll head back. We'll go drop this stuff off at the base. And it gives Bob that much more stuff to work with. So, yeah, not a bad way to do it, right? Oh, and I forgot to show you guys the cockpit changes. We did change the cockpit up on the new ship. So while we're over there, let's see. We've got so much mass on this ship now. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just a nice looking base? Look at this. We've actually got a little bit of everything over here. We got some farming, you know, and it's, for the most part, self-sufficient, so. Alright, so let's head in here. Ah, crap. I keep forgetting to disable the Bob before we get back to the station. Are you out of uranium? We'll do that. Let's turn those off. Inventory. No. Interesting. The small reactors are turned off, but... Huh. So all of that was running off of battery power? Really? Interesting. Alright, so anyway. So those reactors are on. Those reactors are on. Those reactors are off. Why are you off? Alright. So we're gonna look here. Just this stuff. Everybody's... Okay, then... For some reason... Alright, so let's just delete that then. We have to rebuild this network really quick. This way we can. Alright, I don't want to see them in the toolbar config. I don't want to see them in the terminal. I do want to see them in inventory, and I want them all turned on. Actually, all turned off. For now. I don't want to drain the reactors into the grid. Alright, so let's see, how much of this got welded up back here? They're starting to weld them up. Alright. So just to give you an idea of what it's going to kind of look like, and we'll basically have that duplicated all the way down the back here. Yeah, like I said, I'm really happy with the way that the last couple of the DLCs have come out with the decoration blocks. The pipes and the beams, I think, were one of the greatest things to add to vanilla Space Engineers. It's definitely one of the things that have been the most lacking. Some of the mods that are out for them, you know, that add the same style blocks, were really popular for a reason, so it's good to see them actually being included now. Alright, so let's talk about the cockpit change that I was talking about. Or take a look at the cockpit change I was talking about. Alright, so going in this way. Actually, how are we doing for... Alright, so what I did is I've added a couple of programmable blocks. Actually, we'll start this way. We'll start at the beginning. So back here in our engineering section, we now have some blast shields protecting our programmable blocks. We have a second one over here that I'm not using yet. We will be using this eventually, but you'll see when we get there. So yeah, so you have a little bit of a blast shield here. Like I said, this is going to go away. There will be a doorway here at some point. Probably at the way it's going, maybe even before we leave the planet. And then we put in the shield controller here, which is actually viewable and exposed to the exterior of the ship. Kind of weakness of the ship, but it'll be okay, right? I mean, what's the worst that happens? We're just moving on. And so what we have done, since we now have that programmable block running, we have all sorts of data being pushed right to the cockpit. So we actually have a chrono system set up where it shows you the date and time. We have a cargo, basically a capacity monitor. It shows you how much cargo is being used, and it is being filtered only to grid. So we're only using 1.2% of the available cargo on the grid. And then the power report also reflecting grid only information. A safety warning, but also it has an actual working damage report as part of this. Our fuel report telling us how much hydrogen we have, how much oxygen we have, and then how much uranium in units are available in each of the reactors. And then a ship's manifest, which does continuously update. And it is only showing only actual material. Anything that's zeroed is hidden. Anything like ore and ingots, it'll tell you how much they are individually, but it doesn't do the single line item of, if you say gold, it won't tell you both ore and ingots in there. It'll be gold ore, gold ingot. So if we start hauling raw materials, then I'll probably change that back so that it's showing both the ingot and ore as a single line item. But for now, you know, gives you an idea of what we've got going on, and between what you have on the HUD, it's all the information you really need. Oh, and the damage report is showing only blocks that are actually present and damaged. It doesn't report if you like do grind downs on something. So it has to be combat damage. Basically, damage that deforms the block, not the changing the build state. Alright, so I think that's all of it. Okay. And we need to go move stuff out of the ship. We want you to be small reactors, toggle blocks on and off. Okay, so we got that updated. We need to change our supplies here. Hey John, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And we want you to go. You are going to be all, and it's going to be cargo. We're going to shunt all of this over, and I want just the stuff on this ship. Yeah, so we picked up 4K plates just off of that one salvage run. Actually, we probably picked up more than that, and Bob's already used all of them. We still have 425 field emitters, so we could, in theory, build another small shield generator if we needed to. I think we'll leave that as it is, though. And this is all the tools and things that we've picked up from the various salvage locations. Cockpit has an extra set of all of our tier 3 tools, some drinks. Actually need to put some food in there too. Let's grab that really quick. I left a little bit of food down here in the station, but I want some in the ship. Because you never know when you're going to be away from the station for more than, like 10 minutes or something. Let's grab 5 of those. Oh, it would help if I emptied my inventory. Okay. Let's drop all this stuff off. We can drop that in there, and now we can transfer food over. Alright. And given that Bob is welding stuff up. See, I haven't put the lighting in on that place yet. You're gonna walk around and it started raining again? Yeah, I know, right? It's been raining on and off here all bloody week. And we have another week of this. For those who are unaware, the Bay Area, California has got rain forecasted until sometime into the new year. It's been coming down hard. Like we get like microburst style rain. And then we'll get a little bit of drizzle, then it'll be sunlight, and then a little bit more drizzle, and then like another microburst. And it's just like, it's crazy amounts of rain for the Bay Area. Oh, it's going over here. See, I get distracted, and I'm like, I was probably doing something over here, yeah? Alright, so we will turn those on, turn that off, turn those on. And swing us around. And back for another salvage run. Basically just cleaning up some of the noise in the area. You got a white Christmas. Awesome. It's always nice when you have snow for Christmas. It doesn't. See, I grew up on the East Coast, and where I grew up, we pretty much always had snow in the winter. Even if Christmas didn't have snow, we would have snow like before or during or after. So it doesn't really ever feel like the holidays to me without some kind of snow somewhere nearby. And that's one of the big things about living where I live. I've lived here long enough, I've gotten used to it, but it still doesn't necessarily feel right, Nice. Empyrean was on sale. Very cool. Is that for the Steam Winter Sale? I think I'm going to move forward a wee bit. Let's reposition ourselves. This way, if Bob decides to strip the stuff above us, we don't end up getting blocks dropped down on our ship. Because Bob is known to do that. He's a suicidal little bugger sometimes. Actually, how much time do we have? We got 3 days. Okay. Which is fine because we're heading back this way. But yeah, as we're saying, Empyrean, that game's actually made a lot of changes in the last couple of years. The development team for that is only slightly less controversial than Keen has been over the years. Will I build ice drills? I don't know, honestly. I'm kind of trying to avoid doing that. And why do I hear stuff chunking? Like I said, I'm really trying to minimize the amount of time I'm doing on basic resource gathering. What I want to do is I want to use the economy more, which is why I'm trying to get to the point where we can have a ship that can do that. So I'm trying to minimize how much basic resources I'm gathering and basically just dealing with the salvage side of it. I am familiar with all three of those locations, John. I used to hang out in Walnut Creek way back in the early 90s. Used to hang out over at Virtual World. One of the few locations I actually miss is actually Virtual World. That was a fun company. For those who don't know, Virtual World was one of the first US-based VR gaming centers. They had these sit-down full enclosure pods. And then they actually ran a couple of different games that you could play, and it was up to 32 players, depending on the site. Hey Payne, welcome to the stream. Happy Monday, or Tuesday. But yeah, so I was really into the BattleTech stuff for a while. They had another game called Red Planet, which was a racing game. And then there was a couple of other companies that came out around the same time. I want to say one of them was Flight USA or something like that. Was a VR-based fighter sim location. But yeah. Probably giving my age away with talking about some of these old VR centers. Figured out how Build Vision's copy paste works? Yes, it is very insane. It is insanely useful. And I don't use it as much as I probably should. I mean, I'm not using it at all right now, but it is definitely one of those mods that when you get used to it, it becomes a pretty much a backbone for what you're doing in Space Engineers. Midday Madness, depending on which time zone you're in. Yeah, pretty much. Fine, I'll hit the button. What do you think? What do you think? Got cow boots. Of all the things to give me, it's like they think I'm Texfire or something. Sheesh. I wonder if he still wears his cow gear. He had like 3 full sets of it at one point, if I remember correctly. Maybe more. Nice, John. Yeah, 78. Interesting year. old enough to technically remember 78, just not the details. Maybe I'm too old to remember. Uh-oh. Reload after every encounter. There we go. And Bob's gonna grab that. He won't grab this one though. Let's grab that. Well, and I have to say, games like Space Engineers are awesome because of the very fact that, you know, people are talking about, everybody in chat talking about different ages. It's like, it is one of those games that it just is a, you know, cross-generational style game. Okay, so we'll drop off the cabbage here just because. '87, huh? Oh, '87 was a lot of fun. But yeah, I have to say I do miss probably generationally for music. I miss the '80s for music and movies. Definitely miss the '80s. For gaming, see, I'm kind of torn for gaming because for gaming, it's like it gets better every year. For aspects of gaming though, for like in-face, like in-person community gaming, yeah, probably the early to mid '90s. I think because that was about where arcades were at their absolute peak, at least in the U.S. You had things that like gaming centers were just catching on in the U.S. You know, it was like, unfortunately, they didn't last as long as say like Japan or Korea, where they still have even PC lounges and things. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had more fun before the internet. Oh, very true, Andrea. Very true. Found the Empyrean content first. Yeah, it's like I've actually planning on bringing back some of the old games that I used to play on the channel. Empyrean's one of the games that I want to bring back. 7 Days to Die, they've recently done their Alpha 20 stable launch. So I'm thinking I'll probably do something with that. Adredin and I were actually talking about doing some multiplayer stuff there. One of the other games that I was thinking about bringing back are things like Conan and, you know, basically games that I played when they were in very early access or even out to launch, and just basically say, you know, where are they at now? It's like a lot of really good games just kind of fall by the wayside because they take such a time investment that I can't do a lot with them and still get stuff done in Space Engineers. So the mechanics in Empyrean. So Empyrean's build mechanics, they make sense in that game, but they're not necessarily. If you're a hardcore Space Engineers fan, the mechanics in space in Empyrean are probably going to drive you insane. They just, some of the mechanics are very counterintuitive, but if you picked up Empyrean, like you didn't get too far into Space Engineers and you picked up Empyrean, you probably would there's a good chance you will prefer Empyrean's mechanics over Space Engineers, because you don't have to deal with like supply lines in Empyrean, where with Space Engineers, if you want an assembly system, you have to have your cargo, you have to have physical connections between your cargo and your supply. In Empyrean, it's done through telemagic. Hand wave VM connections. So. So, but yeah, like I said, it's just, I think, depends on which style of gameplay you like and what you're going for. One of the reasons why I do like Bob is because Bob introduces kind of the hybrid approach between both the Empyrean game mechanics and Space Engineers game mechanics, because Bob will do the moving for you, but you still have to have the connections there. So, I don't know if that makes sense. Guess we're heading for an ice age. Maybe. Binging Stargate 1? SG1? Yeah, dude, that's seriously no joke. There's so much stuff in Stargate. It's a great series. Alright, so let's see what you're doing in here, Bob. Did you get the big cargoes out? Looks like you did. Oh, you did get all the cargo out. Awesome. That means we have a bunch of stuff on board. Let's see. Alright, so let's take a look. We're going to look at here. Hide the empties. Actually, no. Don't hide the empties. Cockpit is about a third full. 1 cargo container's not even a quarter full. Yeah, so Bob will push that stuff out. That's fine. Okay, so you've definitely got some space on board. Let's move you over this way. See if you'll start taking some of this stuff apart. Okay, so what I'm hoping for is that he's going to grab some of the ammo and stuff. And I think I saw, what was down here? I saw some stuff down here. Oh, there would be, those would be parts. It's always bad to drop parts, Bob. You should know better. You should be ashamed of yourself. All right. Have I seen the drilling mod? Yes, I actually used it back when I did the Extreme Survival series, the very first season of that I did. I used it for the asteroid base. It was a rather crazy amount of stuff that came out of that. For those who don't know, it's a mod that uses Bob as a base, and you know how you have the build area. You can actually do the same types of tweaks to configure how you want it to mine, and it'll mine in a straight line, so you get these like perfectly smooth edges. Can't sleep last night. The caffeine overload, very possible. It might also just be the season, man. With all the weather and everything going on, it's like there are nights that I sleep really, really well, and then nights I don't sleep at all. Yes, when that's me most of my life, I think. Quite honestly. Oh, at a point in my life where there's all these things I need to do, I just don't know which ones to do first. But that's kind of where we are with this particular build. It's like I kind of want to get it up and running. I mean, it is actually working. The 4 large atmospheric thrusters are enough to keep this thing aloft on its own. I don't even need the hydrogen on there. But I only have the 4 atmospheric thrusters for lift, I don't have any for lateral control. So I have to turn the hydrogen on. So I'm thinking, do I want to go ahead? I'm thinking I want to go ahead and build out this back section, this aft portion. And then we'll run from there into the skeletal work that we were talking about for overlapping on the nacelle areas. And what that will do is we can then put some solar panels, maybe in between. How many blocks is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think the large solar panels are 4 blocks. They're 4 by 2, I think. Will you fit? I mean, you do technically fit there. Do I have any plates left? I doubt it, but... do I have any iron left? I do have a little bit of iron left. Alright, so let's go here. I only need a couple because we're just checking to make sure this fits. But I believe this will fit. Yep. Those fit in between. In betwixt, even. Alright. But I don't think I'll be able to get 2 in here. I'll only be able to get 1. So what I may do, if I can only get 1 in here, what I could do is flip them so that basically we have 1 here, 1 here, and it'll be stuck off the side of the wall on this side. You're mining a ship out, huh? Blueprint could only barely lift itself with 20 large Atmos. That's a pretty beefy ship. If you're using 20 large Atmos and that's not enough power, yeah, that's might want to refactor that one. The food, drink, and sleep mod. I actually tried that one before. That's one of the really, I think that's one of the old food mods. And it works. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. I just don't remember if the mod author is still supporting it or not. They might be. I haven't checked that mod in a while, so. It was actually one of the mods. It was one of the first mods that I remember having the adding food, drink, and sleeping to the game. And the problem that I ran into with it was that the rate of consumption was just ridiculously high. So, alright, so 80 million, yeah, that would I was gonna say 9 million kilos, 10 million kilos, yeah, that you got a problem in their ship. But if you're running 80 million, do you actually have enough power on board to run all of those thrusters? Because if you're only, what is it, that's 20 that would be 5 large reactors, I think, required to power to keep those run 100% maximum output. I think I'd have to actually sit down and do the math, but because I think it's roughly 4 large thrusters per, or 5 large thrusters per large reactor to keep it at 100%. So you should have at least 4 or 5 large reactors on board the ship, or the equivalent thereof if you're using modded blocks. There are some reactor mods that are ridiculously overpowered, like the I almost said thorium, There's one that is basically a thorium reactor. It's a salt reactor. And then there's there's a hydrogen reactor mod that is just absolutely overpowered. And I love it to death. It is probably one of my favorite OP reactor mods. They have one reactor in there that puts out something like the power of, I'm going to say like 15 large reactors or something. It's just like, oh, so good. So good. Hey, Paul, welcome to the stream. Not much. We're just kind of hanging out at this point. I'm waiting for, I've got a small salvage ship that's taking some stuff apart. Deuterium? Yeah. That's a good reactor. I actually like that mod. Yeah, the 30 gigawatt output thing. And hey, JD. Yeah, it's awesome. The one thing I really like about that particular mod, the deuterium, the reactors mod, is that the deuterium process, the whole you have to take uranium and water and you it was awesome because it had all these like steps into it. Or one battery per large atmo. Yeah. Well, that gives you, if you do that, it gives you what, like 15 minutes of flight time if you do one battery per large atmosphere. And you're running it just off of batteries. So. Let's see, what are you pulling? You look like you're pulling armor blocks. Alright, I'm here, dude. What are you working on? Blocks to dismantle. Yeah, you're pulling armor blocks. Why are you pulling armor blocks? Oh, because you already pulled all the useful stuff out. Okay, let's bring you up. See if you'll start pulling some of this stuff apart. It's really irritating because I want him to pull the antennas and stuff off, but he's not. Hey, Thomas. How you doing? Oh, life text just ice or gravel? Interesting. I'll have to take a look at that because the old reactor mod for that you had to basically do like enrichment. So you had to have uranium ore that you processed into ingots, then you took the ingots and processed that with ice. Well, there was a process of taking ice and extracting water from it, and then from the water you could split that into hydrogen and oxygen, or you could take the water and process it with the uranium to get the processed uranium content for the deuterium. Flying up is never a bad choice unless there's nothing soft underneath. Let's see here. What are we looking for? Looks like you actually pulled a bunch of stuff out. Yeah, it should be good for now. Let's head back to base. We'll drop this stuff off. We've actually made some enemies in the game. We're still okay, neutral with SEMs. We're not friendly with SEMs yet, but I've been trying to avoid completely pissing them off, just because they send too much crap. We don't have the ability to defend ourselves from SEMs. I mean, I'd have to go full combat spec to deal with the SEMs guys. Alright. So come over here, drop this stuff off. Nice. stone or ice, not gravel. Yeah. Ah, crap. Bob, stop. Did it again. Alright. Alright, so we'll turn the reactors off, turn the thrusters off, and set our batteries to recharge. Actually, I want to turn the shields down. And I think that's okay. Alright, and we'll let everything run off of there. Alright, so before I get too far ahead, I do want to grab... Oh, did we... Bob already used what little plates we had? Really? That's crazy. And let's see, do we have any O2 generators with ice still in them? Doesn't look like it. Oh, we do. Okay. Sounds like we have a bunch of wolves over here again. Yep. And defense turrets. Oh, there we go. Hey, you. Come here. Aha! Gotcha. Yeah, there's a bunch of mods now that do a lot of the same stuff, so. Some great ideas out there. Alright. It would be nice to see those all welded up. Alright, you know what? Let's go. And one more. There we go. Let's see if we can get the stuff we need to weld all this. Hey, look at that. We actually have the parts. Bob is just ignoring them. I know, that's basically what everybody wants to see, right? Let's turn lights on here. It's just faster than waiting for Bob to get to it, because he's off doing something. He likes to reprioritize work. Alright, and that's basically what it's going to look like on the bottom here. And I'll probably come back and repaint that. I haven't decided yet how we're going to do this, but... takes care of some of our greebling for us at the same time. The big red button? Yeah, that thing is awesome. It's nice having just, you know, little silly stuff like that thrown into the game. And it actually does serve a purpose. I'm quite fond of using that specifically for Bob controls. I build by color. See, I would, but the problem that I run into with build by color is that I often forget to change it back. So I just let Bob go and do his thing. Oh, all right. Okay, so if we're doing that, those are going to be the midline. So if we're doing, we did 2x1s for the slopes for the roof. So that means we're gonna have, how do we want to do this? I'm kind of tempted. I don't know if I want to do this or not. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's take you out for a second. I can't believe I'm actually thinking about doing this. All right, so let's go. Something like this. All right. And that'll then sidebar here. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Nope, I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, I can still keep the central line down. So we'll still be able to keep the central line at least to that area-ish at least. It's going to be 1, 2, and it'll have to be from the top to close that off. And then the same is going to be true on the sides here. So what I'm thinking is that whatever production block we have will sit here, and then we'll have the window on top of it. But I'm not sure I want to take it that way, or if I want to have that come up and go back. Because I do want to have some branches on this where it comes off. Run. Oh well. He got away. It's fine. Yeah, I've only got one bob on board. I wasn't planning on turning this into a full-on shipyard. If I was planning on that, it would have been more than one bob. But it's as usual with me, it starts with a small build and turns into something ridiculously overpowered, and it grows well beyond what it should have been. Yeah, I like the beam box. I just don't know how I'm going to use them. I mean, there's definitely some stuff I want to do with them. I'm just not sure how I want to tie it in back here yet. So I'm thinking if we go, that's going to be I'm going to do windows there. And I kind of want to have the ability to walk around behind the stuff. But that's not necessarily a huge thing. Thinking maybe something like that. And then on this side we do the same. And then let's go with something like this maybe. Because we've got a bunch of, this is going to be a bunch of high value stuff. So I don't need it necessarily exposed out into space. Let's take that out. We'll figure out. Now might not be a bad time to figure out how we're going to do the rest of this stuff. And so if we go, how about we go with something like this to end cap it. And then maybe run, let's go 8. And we'll change the color up on this just so it stands out a little bit better. So we'll come back 1 block and run that down this way. And I'm thinking, so you end up with something like that. Not a fan of that. Let's go. Maybe something like that. That could work. Gives us a little bit of industrial there. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit out of there. Outside the range. And howdy, buddy. How you doing? Not a flaw, it's a special feature. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? Welcome. Happy afternoon. Happy post-Christmas, pre-New Year holiday season. Oh, so yeah, so let's kind of playing around with some ideas here. And kind of like where that's going. I don't know if I like where the upper portion's going. And what I was thinking is maybe if we want it to be kind of funny about it, do something like that. But I still need a way to round off this area. So I'm thinking, I wish I could just drag that over, but do that and then do, let's grab the beam block again. There we go. And so what I'm thinking is maybe just kind of cheese it a little bit. And so we'd end up with something maybe like this. I just don't know if I like the way that that ties together. Because what we'd end up doing then at that point is that we would either have to go something like that, or if we went with the beam version, the beams actually have a small, there it is. We could do something like that. Which might not be a bad idea, because then we can maybe run something back this way. So if we wanted to do this, let's see. If we did, kind of curious, if we did this, and then So give us a full block, which I think on that face may be airtight. I have to check. I'm not sure if that face is airtight or not. Which we could... no, because we're going to run into a problem with... See, that damn apple tree is 2 blocks tall. What is it? It's the tree. You know what? Let's grab this out of here. We'll just grab the farming block. Apple farm. Alright, so... basically, I have to find the way of encapsulating that and keep everything else airtight. I think I know I can do this. Alright, so if we do this, let's grab the beam block. We're going to go ahead and run this down like we did before. So that gives us that style. Get rid of those. I'll show you if I hadn't changed the paint up on here. Just do regular plates there, or regular blocks there rather. And then we can bring you guys out like so. Maybe something like this. And that still leaves us the holes on that side. Okay. Well, if we're not going to be able to get away with that... Oh, this will be so cheesy. Oh, this might irritate me. We want that to be, there we go. I need girders. Give me girders. This might work, and this is going to irritate the hell out of me if it does. Oh, let's see here. Alright, so if we go plate like that, window like that, we can get rid of these. And so that will bring us this way, which means I need to go let's see here, how can I, so if we then go take you out, construction components. Give me construction components. Do. Yep, this is gonna drive me up the bloody wall, but I think it's gonna work. Oh, so what type of ship am I working on? It's a long-range habitation ship that's it's a working cargo manufacturing. It's basically what we're doing is we're relying on the trade system, the economy built into the game in order to survive long term. And what we'll be doing is we'll be doing basic assembly stuff. So anything that we can build with a full assembler from materials that we can refine with a basic refinery. And yeah, so the batteries are here because of the fact that the reactors long term won't keep up with the power demands. So we do that. We do that. And here's how we are going to so cheese the airtightness on this ship. This is so cheese, but oh, is it going to be good. All right. And didn't we put an air vent in here somewhere? Oh no, we put it up there. That's right. Okay. I told you this is gonna, oh, this is gonna drive me up the absolute wall. Alright, and then for this little beastie, so we've got those. Now we will do that, I think. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Bob will get that for us here in a moment. Oh, this is, yeah. This is gonna just... Oh. There we go. And so now we do the 1, 2, 3. And then over this one. We do that. And that should make the entire back section airtight. Oh, this is gonna so, yeah. Such cheese. Oh, gotta love it. All right. I say so. We're gonna do passageway. We're just gonna grab the passageway block. We're gonna grab the doors. Oh, see, Keen. Look at this. You've driven me insane, Keen. You have done it. Actually. Oh. Actually, I don't need the passageway block. I can just have that go straight through. Even better. And there you go. Oh, that's going to be... I could shift the tree back a block. But I want the... So one of the mods that I'm running is that it's a pressurized mod. So the farming blocks, which are from the plant and grow mod, have to be in a pressurized environment, otherwise they don't work. But so is the all of the like the survival kit and medical station, the med bay kits. They all have to be in pressurized environments. And so that's what we have. So catwalks are not airtight. However, the catwalks are back there. And we're going to have a window. Actually, before I get too far, thank you for reminding me. Do I want to do windows or do I want to do... Oh, you know what we could do? We could actually we could use the passageway blocks here. How do I want to do this? I think I just want those. Need interior plates. And yeah, I'm having fun. It's always fun to figure out new ways of breaking stuff in Space Engineers. There you go. Are you really not gonna let me? Oh, okay. You are going to. You just won't let me do auto clicks. Okay. And so originally what I was thinking was instead of putting something like the passageways in here, I was going to put a window on the interior so you could see the jump drives. But I think I like the greebling from the hallway passageway blocks better. But yeah, that'll let me build this entire thing airtight. So yeah, the grid-based version of the walkways, these things are not airtight. No. The plate-style walkways, these guys, the steel ones, are. These are actually airtight on the flat surface there. So you can use those to stop gap if you need to. The other ones that are, and I actually recommend these more than the walkways if you're using it just to make things airtight, are these guys, the armor panels, both the light and heavy armor panel, because they are airtight on the flat surface, but they also add the same amount of armor or a comparable amount of armor as a full panel block. So, you know, the full 1x1x1 blocks. So it's a way to get a little extra armor in a very small space without making your ship just ridiculously bulky. Alright, so all that is in. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll take that out, let Bob pick that stuff up. And I want you guys to transition into this block. We're going to paint you. There we go. Okay, I think that's looking better. And I think that's basically where we are with the Bob's limit. So let's come over here. We're going to drop some stuff off. Hopefully. Let's try that again. There we go. Cargo. We'll drop that out. Drop all that off. Go in here. Grab our build. And we're going to turn the area on so I can see which way we're doing. I'm going to... let's see. Horizontal. Yeah, so let's go -25. Is that enough? Yep, it is. Okay, and then Bob can finish building that out. And we use Bob that way. For the GPS trick? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the GPS is a great tape measure system. I actually use it a lot when I'm doing like subterranean mining. I'll leave a stone, like do a regular drill to get a stone or two, and then I'll drill down from the surface, leave a GPS marker at the surface at the top, and then drill down to the depth that I need, and then go to the location that I need to get to. So if I want to go, like, say 15, you know, 1.5 kilometers north, I'll go that way, figure out where the waypoint is, and then drill down from that, like place a second GPS, drill down to the same depth, and then basically you have a point-to-point location. If I'm trying to be really accurate, I'll do 2 or 3 of those so that the waypoints actually line up. Let's see. Do we have any ice available? Yeah, we have a little bit of ice. Grab that out of there. That's fine. Let's turn off Bob's build area because, well, we don't need to see it anymore. There. Alright. And that should... Are we missing stuff? Or has he just not gotten here yet? He just hasn't gotten here yet. Okay. He's just building everything else up first, which is fine. I'm not that worried about it. Did we leave? Oh, we came back. Okay. I'll probably go drop off the little salvage ship over there again and let him just go crazy for, you know, an hour or two. Alright, so let's start getting stuff in the interior set up here. I need plates. Give me plates. I need 100 of you. Yeah, you can take 50 of you, and I don't know, like 20 of you. I don't remember everything I need, so we'll just take a little bit of everything. Yeah, if you're counting blocks. Yeah, so if I'm doing, like, if I've just dropped, you know, a ridiculous length of armor someplace, what I'll do is I'll usually I do every 10 I'll place a light or something like the now I do the half ramp blocks, just something that's visibly easy to see and helps keep things moving forward. That way I don't have to keep switching between a lot of different things. Alright, so we are going to do farming blocks are coming in, and life tech algae blocks are coming in. I think we'll do the life tech. I guess do the algae farm. We need the bio and water filter and composter. So the water filter, I'm not sure how we're going to place this in here. This one will probably just go vertical with it. We're going to put that, actually we're going to put that one up here. Yeah, put that there. Why not? And then we have a composter, which I'm thinking we'll put there. Turn off the conveyor system on that. The lab, I may put the lab back here, honestly. Thinking, or because we have to run stuff into it anyway. We got the light there. I could take the light out, put it here, and then put a light over the doorway. I think that's what we're gonna do. So if we do that, we can put that here. Okay, we've got that. We've got that. We've got both of those. We've got that. So the only other thing is the algae farm, and I'm thinking we're actually going to need 2 of these. So I'm thinking we're going to put one here. Actually, don't want to put that there. Let's see, maybe we do the algae farm. Yeah, I guess we can do the algae farm there. We can do it sideways. And do that one there. then that leaves us all of this stuff. So we have mushroom farm. Don't need the kitchen, but we do need the herb grower. Let's see. Let's do the herb grower that way. Right. We have soy farm. We have the wheat farm. Let's do the vegetable grower here. Apple farm, mushroom farm. Okay, that's everything. All right. That means we have full food capabilities. Okay. Had a script that would move GPS underground. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, because if you were doing it, basically, if you were changing your GPS based off of orientation, yeah, you could set up a mining vehicle and just have it fly flat. That would actually be really useful. How much plates do I have? I actually have 100 plates. Okay. Let's go see if we have some more plates outside. And at some point we will get around to building the new light in there. How many plates do I have left? I have 27 plates. I need you to be welded in. And you to be welded in. Okay, what are you missing? Just waiting for Bob basically to catch up on this. Because I want to check to make sure that this whole thing holds atmosphere before I... Because this corner is the section that I'm really worried about. And I mean, I can fix this really, really easily. In here. Oh, I can actually do this with the basic block. Like if I absolutely need to, I can just drop something like that on the corner. Or if I want to go, let's go like that. I can always go simple and just do something like this. It carries the slope down, which I may end up doing. But I just thought it would be kind of funny to have this, all these windows in here. Oh, I'm almost out of water. Oh. Need to pay attention to that, Hal. Alright. I want you. I choose you, Pikachu. Okay. Let's grab one of those. Ah, soup. The meal of champions. Get that. Alright. Okay, so I think the only other thing to do then is let's grab stuff for the light. I think I have the parts for this, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. And we are going to do that. Light. You are the engineering light. Aft. We want you to increase your radius out to 7.5. We're going to do a fall off of 2, intensity of 2. There we go. And then back here, I'm thinking, where do we want lights? I think we want lights here, maybe? So, So we could do a light there. We could do lights right here. So we got a light there. So I'm kind of tempted to change the location of these. So that way, if I do the light, yeah, let's do that. We are going to go farming blocks. See, this is why I don't like getting into the greebling. All right.
Energy low.
So we do that or that. We'll do that. I like that better. So that way you can actually see the vegetables. Alright, so if we do that, we then do light there. And we can do light there. What is it? It's double corner. And these are the, what do we want to call this? Farm lights? What's that all? Just to close that out. I don't want to see them in toolbar or terminal. Should be farm lights, thank you. And all of you, we're going to go to 7.5 again. We're going to do the drop off of 2, density 2. There we go. And what I'll probably do is come back and change them so that they're a little bit reddish. Just because. I'll slowly catching up here. Now, is he going to get that last armor block for us? Hopefully. Right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to close that. And we need to get that block done. So let's grab some plates really quick, hopefully. Hope there's some plates left. Hey, there are. Look at that. Of course you would weld that up when I was not here, you son of a... Hey, look at that, and it holds atmosphere, so that tells us we're good to go. Okay. That gives us our grow area. And I think on that note, I am going to call this here. We've been here for more than a couple of hours. So I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out, chatting with everybody today. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to hit me up either here or over on Twitter. You can sometimes drop me messages on Twitch as well. I do try to respond to as many of them as possible. I don't always succeed, and I will apologize if you feel that I have ignored you. It's not by intent. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We got a lot done. But on the flip side, this means we are now pretty much in position to start building out our the last little bits of this ship. And so hopefully it'll all come together. Oh, so we'll see how this all plays out. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Have a safe and happy holiday. And we'll see you back here next time for more Space Engineer. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. It's good to see you, Brent. Glad you were able to stop in.